I'm a business coach with the Women's Business Center, but I'm also the principal consultant with Idle Hands LLC. And so I won't hold you long with talking about myself. I know you all came because this is an exciting time. And here, because this is an exciting time. We're talking about business plans. So if you're here, that means either you are starting a business or you have thought about starting your business. And I want to congratulate you because in the last couple of years, a lot of people have been thinking about changing and have been thinking about their life priorities. And one of those life priorities for people have been connecting what's important to them as far as work and what's important to them in life, and merging those sectors. And so you're not alone. Since 2020, according to the U.S. Business Census, over 4 million new businesses have been created during the pandemic, which is an anomaly because normally you heard of businesses closing, but you also heard of individuals like yourself opening and starting businesses and starting a passion or taking their passion projects or taking their hobbies and learning how to quantify those and turn those into a living. So I want to congratulate you all because starting a business is not for the faint of heart. So kudos to you all right now. But if you're thinking about a business, you're also thinking, where do I start? And that is the first question and the main question. Where do you start when it comes to starting your business? And so with that, you're in the right place if you're asking that question. Where do you start? You start with the plan. And so today we're going to talk about during this presentation about the essentials of a business plan. Now, a business plan has several different sections and several different ways of going about your business plan. There's and today we'll talk about those things. Today we'll talk about what is a business plan, where do you start in your initial planning stages, digging deeper into the marketing plan. How do you market your business? How do you market and tell people, let people know you exist? And then the big one, the financial aspect. How does the money work? How will you make money, and how will your business make money, and how will you make money as the owner of the business? And then section 5, put it all together. Now, I will tell you, this presentation is quite long, but don't worry. If you have any questions, please, at any time, if we talk about something at any time during this presentation, please put those questions in the chat or in the Q&A. Tyler is monitoring the chat and Q&A for those questions, and we'll stop throughout the presentation to answer any questions you all may have. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. The objectives today is understanding the key components of a business plan, understanding the planning process, define your product or service, and go to market strategy, and explain how financial management practices, rules, and tools work. And then at the end of it, create an operating plan to support your operations. The whole goal here is to give you just an idea of what a business plan is. So as you're getting started, you understand what it is and how it helps you as a new business owner. So this is the thing. Where are you in the planning process? And here in the chat, if you're not shy, this is where you can put it in the chat. Everybody can talk about where they are in the planning process. Are you just starting your business and just starting your business planning, or are you thinking of your idea and think you have a business and curious as to what it would take to start your business? Go ahead and let's see in the chat and see where everybody is in the business in their stage of their planning. And just while you are answering that question in the chat, I want to ask you all, for each planning stage, record if you have completed it, if you are working on it, or if you have not started. Because as we go through the different stages of the business plan, want to make sure that you're checking off those boxes and seeing where you are. So let's see. We got a few people who just started. We have some people working as independent contractors. Some people have their business plan and working on completing their next drafts. So that's pretty good. So I want to let you all know you are all in the right place. Somebody's finalizing their business plan and about to launch. Oh, congratulations. So now, There's a 4-step planning module. There's the back of the napkin plan, go or no go. There's a resource plan, what do I need to go? And then there's a business plan, how will I finance my business? And then there's an action plan, how will I manage a healthy business? So when you're thinking about this, all 4 stages of this plan, all 4 stages of planning is what you're going through, is what you have gone through. So some of us who are just starting, who are thinking about ideas, we have an idea that we wrote down on the back of a napkin, and we're writing that idea down and thinking, this might be a good idea. This can take care of a need in the market. Then there's those of you who are, you already have your plan and you're starting to create balance sheets and beginning long-term relationships with your banker, trying to really work the plan and see how your business can work and operate. Then there are those who are going through the research to make sure that you're getting the right details of your finances, or details of what you need to start your plan, run your plan, like what type of money you need to run your plan. And then there's the last stage, how do you manage your business? How do you manage a healthy business? How do you do bookkeeping? How do you pay employees? Those are the different places and different phases you all be going through. The planning process can vary. There are some people who, if you're like me, most of my ideas come to me in the shower. I don't know why the shower works for me in the morning. Is as far as my deepest thoughts. I can have some of the most profound thoughts and ideas in the shower, and I have that aha moment where the light bulb pops above my head, and then I write that idea in a napkin. And I might take that napkin, I might work at it that same day and get it going. Or some of us take time. And I want to let you know, it's okay to take your time. Don't feel you have to rush. Don't feel you have to be on anyone's timetable to start and go with starting and opening your business. It's all based on what works best for you and what you're comfortable with. But I will also say, don't be afraid to challenge yourself to go further as well. So here we have an idea. We have a great idea, a cell phone repair business, for example. How can we make this new cell phone repair business a success? Those are the questions we ask ourselves. We're going to complete the 4 planning stages over a 2-year period. As the business grows, the planning approaches changes. So as your business grows, when you go from having your idea, to writing your plan, to starting your business, you notice that the plan is going to change, because as my grandmother always told me, life happens. So as life happens, your planning and your strategy adjusts to life happening to make sure you're always meeting the needs of the business and also addressing different aspects of the market. So here we are. Step 1, back of the napkin. So this is the question I have here. I like to ask this question here. Are you ready to get started, or are you still thinking about it? That quote comes from one of my favorite promoters, Miss Mocha Latte. Are you ready to get started, or are you still thinking about it? When you think about the back of the napkin phase, that's the big question. Am I ready to do this, or am I still thinking about that? Step 2, resource plan. Interviewing stakeholders, competitors, and other business owners for ideas. Thinking of things like ideal location, equipment, pros and cons of buying in bulk if you're selling a product as opposed to a service. If you're selling a service, is there a need? Where do I need to go to apply? Where do I need to go to price my service? Am I pricing my service the right way? Are there different benefits? If I'm going to have employees, what are the things I need to know as far as employees and employee benefits and taxes? Insurance, paying for services like web design, getting a logo design for your business. What do those things look like? And then the next place is, am I ready to go to the next step? Step 3 is the actual business plan. You know, have you worked on your credit score? Have you met with the banker to see if the plan makes sense? And is it something the bank would be interested in finance to help you get started? Have you shared with your plan with family and friends to get support as well? Different ideas. If you're thinking about a business plan and still don't know much about a business plan, have you found places to take classes like the Women's Business Center to take a class on writing your business plan? The process works. If you notice that there's no real cookie cutter process for working on a business plan and starting your business, there's no cookie cutter process. Everybody is different, but as long as you're working on it, you'll get to the end result and you'll be happy with the end result. So the business plan is going to tell different things. It tells your story. It makes your idea comes alive. So it goes from the idea in your head and on your napkin to real life functioning. It convinces others to make a stake in you, to invest in you, invest with you, and support you in your business. And it projects at least 3 years in the future of what your business will do and what the finances and what the profits could really be for your business. And then finally, it clearly outlines the business development plans in financial terms. Not just I will sell a product and I will have a successful business, but it will outline what success will look like for your business. When you think about financial support, that's the big question. Everybody always asks, what about the money, Lester? What about the money? How does the money work? Where can I get money from? And here's just several different ideas for money to help get to support your business, start your business. There's angel investors, there's crowdsourcing, friends and family members are huge. Incubators, local and state economic development organizations, peer-to-peer lending, and small business loans. And one more here I would put is always in one's own pocket. How much skin will you have in the game when you go to starting your business? We're doing okay out there? Okay. When working on your business, SMART goals. Good way to help you with understanding how to hit your targets is using SMART goals. Having specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant and time-based goals to help you achieve the different aspects of starting and opening your business and developing your plan. These goals will go into your plan. Being specific, stating the goal precisely. What is the goal that you have for the business and for starting your business? Measurable, good measurements let you know when your goal has been completed. How are you working towards that goal? Are the goals attainable? What resources do you need to attain the goal to make sure you can reach your goal? Meaning not setting yourself up for failure, but setting yourself up for success. Relevant. Are these goals applicable to your business? Do they make sense? Is everything towards opening, starting, and running your business? And then time-based. Giving yourself time and setting time-based goals keeps you from being overwhelmed, can help with the anxiety of starting a business by not making everything happen at once, but spreading it out over a period of time, but make sure you're still working towards chipping away at those goals. And it's just an example I have of SMART goals and how they can work in a business and different aspects of the business. From how do you go from 500 customers within 3 months? What does that look like? What do you need to do to reach and get 500 customers? What resources will you use? What's your time frame? What does success look like? Or reducing rental costs? What does that look like? How do you do that, and how do you set goals for that so that everything is still supporting the success of your business? Okay. And then, so we'll break it down a little bit more. What does it mean to be strategic? What does strategic mean? It's a plan for the future. Are you planning for change? Are you learning from past, including mistakes? Successes and mistakes are both lessons. Remember, your wins and losses is something you can learn from each time. Are you minimizing risk? Are you really making sure that you're protecting the health of your business and success of your business by not making any too risky attempts at moves and growing your business? And doing an action plan. An action plan helps you make sure you stay strategic. And this is just an example of the planning process. Again, business growth. How do you work on growing your business? How does it work in this aspect as well? And just some key summary points. There's more than one way to plan. So don't feel there's only one way to do and plan your business and only one business plan to work for you. The planning process is to help you refine your idea and prevent any errors to help you minimize your risk. Make time to write a business plan. By taking the time up front to write your plan out, to write it down, to write down the plan, it's setting your intentions in the aspect. To think of your business plan as setting your intentions for your business. Taking time to write that plan is doing that. Understanding different types of plans and understand if your plan changes, if your business change or if the market change, to be flexible, to adjust to that as well. And just some more benefits of planning, just to let you know, if you notice anything else, the plan and planning is one of the most important things I want you to take away from this part. Just make sure that you understand the plan is to help you, not to overwhelm you, but please plan. This is just a nice little what I like to look at when you think of your initial planning. You go from your vision to mission and strategy to executive summary to the SWOT analysis to internal analysis, external analysis, and then organization. How do you organize everything and put it all together to make it work towards the business? And here, as we're looking at the first part, framing your vision and your value, your mission and values, define what your business is. Are you marketing your business? And how are you going to market your business? And what is your business going to be? The vision. This focuses on tomorrow and what you want your organization to ultimately become. It actually focuses you on success. What do you want your business to look like and what does success look like? And then the mission focuses on today. How are you working your business today? And how is your organization achieving your goals today to go towards your future vision? And then the values. These are important. These are the beliefs, philosophies, and principles that drive your business. It's like, for instance, if you have a service business, or if you have a service business connected with selling products, servicing people, like if you're a groomer, what is the value in a groomer? What are you doing in that you're bringing that value to your clients, to your grooming business? And how do you feel about pet safety and pet health in grooming? Just those different things, those key values are going to drive and are important when you're putting together your vision and putting together the planning process of your business. If I'm going too fast, I am sorry. I know I have an hour, but I will slow down. I know this is going to be recorded for later. This is also going to be recorded, from my understanding, from what Ms. Brooks told me, so this recording will be available for later use as well. But if you have any other questions and need me to slow down, let me know. Shoot it in the chat. I will most definitely slow down if I need to review something. If you have a question about something specific, please let me know. Okay. So now, framing your vision, mission, and values continue. This is the thing. Your vision should focus on tomorrow and what you want your organization to ultimately become. Okay? Remember that. Whatever your vision is, it should focus on the future and what you want your business to look like in the future. Okay? What is success going to look like for your business? How is your successful, healthy business going to look, and how you want it to look, and what's your vision of it? And then remember, you work backwards from there to make sure you're doing your plan to support that vision that you have for your business. Okay. Do we have any questions out there so far?
Nope, I don't see any questions.
All right. All right. Here's a nice little tool that we have, a vision statement sheet. And for here, as I said earlier, and I'm going to say this quote, and I love this quote: write the vision and make it plain. The key point to your vision statement and writing your vision of your business, just make it plain. Don't complicate it. Don't get too philosophical about it. Write it down as simple as possible and make it plain. And the more clear your vision is, the easier it will be for you to attain the goal of opening and attaining success in your business. And it's just another mission statement sheet, another tool here as well. Go-to-market strategy. Now, this right here, when you talk about your go-to-market strategy, it's a strategy that describes how customers will first be exposed to your product or service and how you'll get them to purchase. The main thing is, who are you selling? Who are you selling to? What are you selling and who are you selling it to? When you think of your go-to-market strategy, what are you selling? Who are you selling to? But before you get there, how are they going to find you? What is your plan to let people know that you are baking the best cookies in St. Louis? How are they going to find you? And then once you notify people that that's what you're doing, how are they going to find you? So they can purchase the best cookies in St. Louis. So remember that piece. And this right here is a nice little go-to-market. Who are you selling to kind of help you understand your target buyer. When you think of your industry, size of your organization, technology, how are you going to use technology to assist with your market plan? Price point pricing is important. Are you doing the research to make sure you have the right price point when you think of your target buyer? How are you going to distribute? How are you going to distribute your service or your product to your buyer? How does that look? And then the buying process. Is it simple or is it a bidding process? Is it something that you first consult with your client, then you come back with the bid of what your services look like in those pricing points? And then product solution. Is the product solution complete or is it a point product? Is it something that they do different parts to it, or is it something that just buy one thing and they pick and go? Understanding that aspect of who you're selling to. All these things you need to consider when you think of your target buyer. Who is your target buyer? Where is your target buyer located? How are you going to reach your target buyer? And how are you going to sell to your target buyer? Your executive summary. Now this, I can tell you, is an important part of starting and working on your business plan. It's the highlight of the most important information in your business plan. Your executive summary should highlight at least one important statement from each of the following sections of your business plan, or each section of your business plan. It should also, if the reader reads it, only the executive summary, they should understand clearly what your business is about, what your goals are, what's your plan for achieving or accomplishing all of your goals. So just from reading your executive summary, and your executive summary shouldn't be long. It could be 2 pages or 1 page, but it should, by reading your executive summary, anybody off the street should be able to understand what your business is, what's your idea, what a success look like for your business, your plan to achieve that success. What's your strategic plan to achieve that success? And they should understand all of those things from reading your executive summary. And that is the first part of your business plan. The SWOT analysis, which when you think of your business planning and working on business planning, the SWOT analysis is a very important part in working on your business plan. And it has 2 different sections of your SWOT analysis. There's the internal analysis, the strengths and weaknesses of your business. And then the external analysis is opportunities for growth or opportunities to take advantage of the market, and then threats to your business in the market, competition, or what are some of the other threats that you thought of that could threaten the success of your business. Here we take a deeper dive into the internal analysis. The internal analysis is comprehensive evaluation of internal strengths and weaknesses of a company. What are your business's strengths and weaknesses? What resources do you have? What image do you portray of your business? Okay. And those are just the internal look of your business. Then the external look of your business is, who is your competition? What are the components of the environment? What can replace your products or service? And why would customers choose your product or service instead of anyone else's? So when you look at your SWOT analysis, there's 4 parts, but it answers, but it's done in two different divisions, 2 different sections, external and internal. And this is important because this will let you know what are the opportunities. So you have no surprises of anything in the market when you, or any competition or anything that can challenge your business, but also you look at why your business is the choice, it should be the choice for people to invest in or for people to buy your product as opposed to anyone else. Okay. We're still doing good out there.
Yep,
And
we're
yeah,
still doing good. I don't see
okay.
any questions.
And right here is the SWOT analysis template. This is a good tool to use when you're working on your business plan and working on your SWOT analysis. It makes you keep it simple. It makes you look at and think of your business in those different sections pretty easily, or jot down those notes. And it lets you see if you have to dive down deeper and maybe address something in your business to overcome any of your threats or any of your weaknesses, or if you have a strength, how to exploit your strength to benefit your business even more. Okay, next, management and organization. Now, this is important. The management summary section covers all the relevant information about personnel, anticipated growth, and how the company is organized. Business structure, when we think about how the company is organized, the business structure where your company, what business structure will your company take? Is it a sole proprietorship, meaning it's a sole owned business by yourself? Or if it's just a one person business owned by you? Is it an LLC? Gives you some tax, a different type of tax structuring, or is it a partnership or a corporation? Are you working with someone else? Or are you incorporating? Is your business growing in different aspects? Management team, who will oversee the company? Who will manage the day-to-day of your company? Who will manage the different aspects of your company? If you're forming a corporation, who will make up the board of directors? An organizational chart can be good to give a good visual and illustrate these elements, okay? Other personnel, what external support will help the business function? Is it just you, or do you also hire a shopkeeper, someone to manage the day-to-day, and you just, or manage the times that you're not at work, okay? And personnel growth plan. What are the salaries of each person to be involved in the company for the next 3 years? Are you going to be strategy? And we're back recording. Make sure your executive summary highlights equal parts of your business plan. Complete a comprehensive internal and external analysis. And how are you going to structure your business? Those are good things there to know for the summary. The main thing I will say, the executive summary is very important. Your SWOT analysis is very important. This will help you in working on your business. And when it comes to how you're going to structure your business, if you don't have an idea, don't know, or don't understand the different types of business structures, seek legal advice and counsel, or talk to your accountant or your tax preparer and understand, to tell them what you're doing, and they can give you an idea of what will work best for you, for your business structure, for tax purposes and payment purposes. All right. All right, no questions. I'll keep going. So now, the marketing plan. What is the marketing plan, and who is your target market? So you have your business idea, you're starting your business, you have your product that you're ready to sell. Who is your target market? So here we have a couple definitions that we'll use, a couple terms we'll use when we're talking about the marketing plan. As defined and by Investopia, a marketing plan is an operational document that outlines an advertising strategy that an organization will implement to generate leads and reach its target market. But also the next thing is what does target market mean? It refers to the group of potential customers to whom a company wants to sell its products and services. So your marketing plan is to help you reach the target market, your customer, the main customer that you want to reach. These are different parts of measuring your market. Who is your market? Business or consumer? So if you have a cleaning service, both businesses and just the regular consumer could be your target market. If you have a dog grooming business, it could just be the regular consumer as your market. If you have a tutoring business, it can also be a business or a person. It could be a school, or it could be also an individual family that needs tutoring services for their child. Who is your customer? Who is your market? How big is your market? Is it just your neighborhood? Is it just the part of the city that you're in? Or is it just the state? Or is it a region of the United States? Or are you a national company? Are you an international company? How big is your market? Who is your market? How big is your market? What are the common characteristics for customers in that market? What do they look like? What do they all have in common? And how do you measure your market? Those are some things we'll talk about when we talk about your marketing strategy in this section. And the thing, I like this quote: if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. So if you don't understand and measure your market, you won't be able to manage the market and manage the success that you can have from the market. Target market. When we talk about target market, we talk about several different things. Sociographic, behavioral, psychographic, geographic, and demographic. So a lot of graphics here in one behavior. So the social graphic illustrates the interconnections among people, groups, and organizations in a social network. The behavioral is related to or concerned with the social, psychological, and emotional factors that affect financial decisions and behaviors. The psychographic is the study and classification of people according to their attitudes, aspirations, and other psychological criteria, especially in market research. The geographic means the city within miles in which a company or any of its subsidiaries has facilities that engages the respective business or any line of its businesses. And then a demographic, the collection and study of data regarding the general characteristics of a specific population. These are some of the questions that you got to ask yourself and think of when you think of your target market. Who are you targeting? What do they have in common? How do you drill this down? And a good resource for drilling down and working on demographics for your target market when you're looking for demographics is the public library as well. As the St. Louis County Library, they have great resources that can help with the resource department guide you through working through searching for your demographics. Am I correct with that, Ms. Brooks?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. And the library of every card you have in your wallet, your library card, I promise you, is the most powerful card you would have in your wallet. So measuring the market. Here we go. Total available market. That's the TAM. The serviceable available market. The SAM. The serviceable obtainable market. The SOM. And the penetrated market, the PM. That's a lot of terms there. So let's just slow it down and look at this. The total available market is the total market demand for the product or service that shows potential scale of the market. Okay. Just totally everybody who buys that product, no matter who it is, everybody, no matter where they are, who buys that product. Now, the serviceable available market is the portion of segment of the TAM targeted by your products or services within your geographic reach. Now, just because everybody needs your dog or pet grooming services, and you are in St. Louis County, you got to get to the people you can reach. So just because somebody in Kansas City needs your services, can you really reach them? Is it really feasible to reach them? No. So then it drills down your focus even more. Now, the serviceable obtainable market, also known as the target market, is a percent of SAM, the serviceable available market, that you can realistically capture, meaning the people you can realistically touch and actually get their business for your pet grooming service. And then the penetrated market, your current sales, customers, and user base. Who are the people who currently use your products and services? Okay. And if you notice, even in this piece right here, how the TAM is gray, but the SAM is blue, the PM is yellow, but the SOM is green. This is the mixture in here, the people that you can actually get that can get close to your services. Okay. Which also shows your potential for growth. Why is measuring market important? Just three things. When you think of measuring your market, the size of your market suggests the upper limit of how big you can grow your company. The revenue, how much money you can grow without adding any other products or doing any new things to your business. So just the things you can do basically with your business. It's just going to show what you can make from there. It's going to let investors want to see what is the possibilities, what is the room for growth by investing. And by investing in your business, is there potential for growth and will they get a return on the investment? And then also finally, it gives you a chance to educate prospective investors and business partners on the market from your point of view, especially if you have a fairly innovative product or one that requires a little evangelism or as far as getting work out there and getting the word out to get others to understand what your product is. And here is just a tool to use to help when you thinking about your market, your market and how you're going to work through your target market. Different categories here: the need for your product or service, the profitability, the anticipated sales, the preferred sales channel. How do you prefer to sell to the individuals that you can get to for your target market? And then channel conflicts. What are some of the conflicts with what you're choosing and how you're choosing to engage with your clients or engage with your potentials in your market? And using this comparison chart to help you decide which is the best way to go when you're going through, which target market is the best one to go for and focus on first, second, and third with your business and your business plan and idea. And then the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion. I promise you these won't change, but when you're marketing your idea, you're marketing your service, or you're marketing your product, it comes down to this: the product or the service that you offer and what it does. Very simply, what does your product do, or what is your service? What does your service do? Very simply, the price customers pay, and the pricing model. How much are you charging? And does it make sense when you think of the pricing model? Is it profitable to charge? Are you charging enough? Or are you charging too much? And then place. The places your customers can purchase and how the product or service is received. Is it just, do you have an Etsy business? And so you're just advertising on Etsy and advertising on social media and on a website, and you're mailing out your product, your finished product to clients. What does that look like? And then promotion. The promotions that place your product in front of potential customers. How are you promoting? How are you getting the word out? Consistently keeping your product in front of or in the minds of people to buy, potential clients. Any questions?
Looks like no questions.
No questions. You all acquired a bunch this afternoon. I hope you are at least eating lunch and enjoying some of the information. Okay. Defining your product. When you're defining your product, it should explain what your product or service is in simple terms. You don't want your customer or potential customer in the market to have to think and overthink and really try to understand what your product does. Keep it simple, okay? Don't use buzzwords. Assume that your audience is completely unfamiliar with your product. And that is a good assumption to have, okay? One of the few times it's good to assume. Describe why your customers want or need your product. You got to tell them, describe why they need it. And then simplify your product definition in 2 or 3 sentences. Don't have a long page of information to really define what your product does. Keep it simple and concise so that your potential customers and clients will understand it and have that, okay, you want them to be like, oh, I understand that. That makes sense. even though it could be more to it, but keep it simple so that they understand and they're able to make the connections they need to want to use your product or service. And then just another as far as pricing goes. Now this right here, I would say spend some time on, because you don't want to just slap a price on a product. You want to make sure you're able to really make sure that it makes sense for the customer, but also makes sense for you. If it costs you a certain amount to make your product, you got to really look at how much it costs to make the product so that you can understand how much to sell the product for so that you can make a profit. I'm thinking everybody here is starting their business not to give their business, give their product away, but also to make some money off their product for whatever goals you have in place. So when you think about pricing, benchmark some of your competitors and look at their pricing model and price points. Determine your pricing model and rationale. Cost, value, one-time payment, ongoing payment. Is it a service? So if it's a service, it's an on-time payment. Why do your clients want to pay monthly for your service? The manufacturing cost. How much does it cost? So if you have a juice business, are you looking at competitors to see what they're doing with their juices and how much they're charging? Are you determining if it's something that people buy once, or is it a reoccurring where people come and buy monthly your juicing products? And then how much does it cost to make your juice, your juice? Is it a smoothie or is it just straight juice? Do you have a juicer? What's the value in it? And then show an example of it. Give an example so that clients understand what the finished product is going to look like and what the cost and why they will benefit from it. Product placement. This is important to establish a distinct image of your brand in customers' minds so that you can increase in a competitive market. There's so many different messages going out there about products and services. When you think of your product, you want to be very distinct so that clients can distinguish your product or service from anybody else's, and that through all the noise, they hear about your product and they want to come and they want to try your product or they want your service and they want to come back. So you got to be able to break through the noise. Promoting your products. When you think of promoting your products, what does that look like? And of all your budgets, the marketing aspect of your business plan and the marketing is an important part of your product, an important part of your plan. How will customers first be exposed to your product or service? What does advertising look like? What is your promotion strategy? What's your sales promotion strategy? Digital marketing. How are you going to market your product? How are you going to market your product or service? And these are some of the different aspects and different types of things you can use a mix of when you think of your total marketing strategy. And under promotion, you see there's so many different aspects from public relations, digital marketing, direct marketing, guerrilla marketing, advertising, personal selling. What are the different ways you're going to promote your business? Okay. And then it's just a tool that we use with our clients to help them understand the product, the place, the price, physical environment, the process, the people, the promotion, to kind of help you work with your marketing strategy and pricing for your product and how you will market your product in all aspects of your product. Then understand the market. Growing or shrinking. Is your market growing? Understanding market trends. What's going on in your market? What's happening in the market? Is it impacted by the economy or is it impacted by the weather? Okay. Who makes the buying decisions for from a customer standpoint? Is it something, one of those products that an individual can make, or if it's a family, do they come together as a family and decide who to buy or if they're going to buy your product? Okay. And then what other products and services do customers need and want? If you have repeat and consistent customers, what else can you offer that meets their needs or things that they just want? And you hear it a lot. Are you listening to your customers to understand what they want and what they need, so you can also know when to add different products and services to your business? And it's just a quick summary of everything we just went over. I know that was a lot of information. We talk about marketing, the size of your market, is important. Understanding the 4 Ps, that's very important when it comes to marketing. Defining your product. Remember, keep it simple. Pricing your product, understand compared to your competition. You don't want to underprice and you don't want to overprice yourself. Product promotion, how are you going to advertise and get the word out about your product? And then understanding your market. Do you understand what's going on in the market when you need to change and pivot or expand due to what's going on in the market? Okay, there. Any questions on marketing before we go to the next section? Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danielle. Glad you all out there. And I know y'all, I'm not sorry you are writing fast, but remember this second portion is being recorded as well. Will you receive a copy of this presentation? Tyler, can we send out a copy of the presentation, or do we need to do
So
something before we
we
do that?
are not going to be sending out slides. So I'm just assuming the access to the recording would be where they'd be able to see this presentation again.
Okay. Tyler, maybe those sections of the slides, like those different forms, like the SWOT analysis forms, could we send out some of those, or no, we got to keep those as well?
I believe we're not going to be sending out any slides.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, this is Angela. If you all do want to send things, you can forward it to me and I will send it to the patrons.
All right, good questions. Any other questions on any of the information we talked about so far? All right, now the next section is the big section. This is the section where everybody gets ready for. So if you need to shake your hands real quick from writing notes, I'll let you shake your hands while I take a sip of water, because the next section is where everybody hones in. How are you going to financially manage your business? Financial management for a small business. Now, if marketing and your executive summary was important, this is important for the future success of your business. What do you know or want to learn about financial management? Now here, this is just comes from some honesty. Everybody can throw something in the chat. What's important when you think of financial management of your business? What are some of the things you want to know about financial management when it comes to your business? Or what are some of the things that you wish you had known when you first started your business that you're now learning? Okay. Nobody out there? Anything anybody wants to know in particular about the financial management of their business?
I see taxes, budgeting, bookkeeping, handling cash flow to keep going.
Okay. Well, those are some of the things we're going to talk about. When it comes to managing your business, financing basics for a small business, startup financing for a growing business, and financing working capital and financing fixed assets. All good things. When you think about your business, how do you manage the finances? How do you put the finances in place so that your business can be successful and stay successful? And what does that look like? So we'll start with startup financing. Reaching your goals and making good decisions, knowing your profitability, forecasting your growth, plan for diversification, new product lines, and reaching new markets, and preparing for financing, which is loans. We'll discuss some of these as well. We'll touch on some of these points as well when you think of benefits of financial management. Budgeting, the word. Now, it all starts with a budget. And it says in here, let's start with the budget. I'm sorry if that slide, that image moving up. Let's start with the budget. There are several financial management practices and different tools that are commonly used for small businesses to manage and keep up with the money. But I promise you, it all starts with the budget. And a budget is nothing but a tool. All it's showing you is where money is coming in from and how money is going out And then do you have money left over? It's only going to show you those three things. It's just that simple. Where's the money coming from? Where's it going to? And what's left over? And when you think about it like that, the budget won't be overwhelming and it won't be as constricting, because a budget shouldn't always constrict you. A budget really is just showing you where the money's coming from, where is it going to, and how much is left over. So remember those three things. Whenever you see a budget and you work on your budget, even your personal budget, those three things are the only three things that you're going to worry about when it's your budget. Where's your money coming from? Where's it going to? And how much you have left over. Bookkeeping. Now, this is a critical component of financial management. It's an organized process of tracking all income and expense transactions. Basis for all financial management, business decisions, financing, taxes, owner's draw, and retirement, bookkeeping. And then just remember, when it comes to bookkeeping, there is software to help you with bookkeeping. There's a lot of software out there. I know some people like to use the notebook, the bookkeeping notebook. I would encourage you, even if you use notebook or use envelopes to keep up with your receipts and your bookkeeping, I would truly encourage you also to use technology. There is software out there that you can use so you can keep up with your bookkeeping on the go. Research and then find what works best for you. Don't just use something, try it out. See if it makes sense for how you think and how you interact with your business and interact with the world, or how you like money coming in. Make sure whatever software you choose, you don't have to stick with it, but I don't recommend changing month to month to month. Try a couple different platforms out and see what works for you, because it will help you, and your accountant or your tax preparer would thank you come tax time when you're doing your taxes, to keep up with your receipts and keep up with your bookkeeping. But you will be able to keep up in real time when it comes to, when we talk later on, and getting some financing and investments. If your bookkeeping is together and you have the software right there, it can show you your cash flow and your profit and loss, your P&L statements, and you can pull it up pretty easily, as opposed to if you're keeping it just on paper. Just my little side note, and something I want to, my little soapbox moment there when it comes to bookkeeping. And then there are 10 steps to bookkeeping: obtaining business accounting software, open a separate business checking account. Please don't run your personal checking account and business checking account from the same account. Don't do that. Please don't. Reconcile your checking account, track sales, deposit all sales. If you're at an event and you have some cash, make sure you go and make those deposits same day. Write business checks for business expenses. Obtain a separate business credit card if you're using credit cards. Pay business expenses first, and generate and use a P&L, which is a profit and loss statement, and then pay yourself with the owner's draw. A lot of business plans and a lot of investors, or if you go to the bank, they want to know, how are you being paid? You want to show how you're being paid and how much you're being paid with your owner's draw. Okay. Now, when it comes to financial management software, what's out there? It's easy to organize and complete daily accounting tasks. It creates accounting reports, such as your cash flow statements and your P&L. It helps you track the financial health of your business. Do not use paper to run your business. Use software to stay on top. Now, I understand if you got to use paper first, but please always reconcile that paper with the software to make sure it is accurate. Okay. Financial statements. There are 3 basic financial statements out there. It is your balance sheet, your cash flow projections, and your profit and loss. And financial statements are reports about the business's financial health and cash flows. What is cash flow? Now, this pretty much is pretty easy. The balance of cash received minus the amount of cash paid out over a period of time. Okay. And then moving cash in or out of a business. That's all cash flow is, pretty simply. Moving cash in and out of your business. A financial statement, when you look at your cash flow projections, it is a company's cash flowing in and out. It projects whether cash receipts, inflows will be sufficient to cover projected cash disbursements, outflows. Do you have enough money coming in to pay the bills? And then future cash flow during a specific period of time. It'll let you know in the future what your cash flow might look like. So if you need to change, or is it a good time to buy more inventory, or you might have to wait to a different period to buy inventory or buy equipment, your cash flow and cash flow projection will let you know that. And just another thing that cash flow does, it helps you set goals and sales and expense goals based off what your cash flow projections are looking like. Lets you know what you need. It determines your break-even point. It lets you plan purchases, and it determines cash needed to purchase inventory during seasonal sales cycles. And I'm sorry for this slide. I'll read this one to you. How can cash flow projection help? It tracks liquidity when accrual accounting mass cash realities. It helps you determine the need for financing, and it will show lenders your ability to plan and repay financing. So cash flow projections is very important if you are looking to get financing from a bank or from a lender. It's going to let them know if you're able to pay the money back and how you will pay the money back. And then the P&L, profit and loss statement. It measures revenues and expenses over a period of time. It tracks your profitability, whether the business is making a profit on what it sells. It also shows how successful the buying and selling process has been managed. And it also measures the ability of your business to grow, repay debt, and support you. So if you notice, all three cash statements, they pretty much do the same thing. They're just letting you know financially how healthy your business is. And it's just three different ways to do it. I do recommend P&L software is out there, accounting software. Do not just do your bookkeeping using a notebook and envelopes. Please, please, please use software. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. Let's see, did I go up one? Okay. Now, here we go. When we think about our profit and loss statement, the basics formula for profit and loss statement is net profit pays for owner's draw, which is and when you're in the sole proprietor, future expansion and equipment, principal loan repayment, and income taxes. These things will come from the money you have coming in. It would also show different ways to compile. Like if you think about how to compile my profit and loss statement, it's pretty easy. It's easy if you have accounting software, because all you do is a click of a button. And this is just another shameless plug. If you haven't understood and got it and understood the point we're driving home yet, software is your friend. Technology is your friend. It's not your enemy. It is truly your friend. And then business financing. Now, this is a question we get a lot when we do this presentation about business financing. Business financing is getting the money you need to start, operate, or grow your business. So there's different stages in your business's life that you can look for financing, from the beginning or in the middle, just if you need money to keep just to keep operating as you're waiting for invoices to be paid, and then you pay the money back for the financing. So like a business line of credit, or if you're gonna grow, like if you're gonna buy a new building for your business and expand your business, you can go and receive financing. If you've been in business for a while and you're ready to expand, you would get business financing for that as well. Different concepts that it says here from financing concepts is equity financing versus debt financing, financing working capital versus financing fixed assets. And for this one, if you can't read it, I do apologize. The do's and don'ts for small business financing. Number one, invest your own money, earn the right to, these is dues, earn the right to borrow, show profitability, understand and keep working capital, be lean on fixed assets, and match resources and uses of funds. Match sources and uses of funds. And then even more, understand your financial statements, really understand to be able to speak to your financial statements, understand collateral options, understand risk and costs for loan types. There are no grants. They're very far and few in between. Shop around, meaning that just because a loan option is out there and one of your lenders is offering you a loan at a certain rate, you can shop around and try and get a better rate. Remember, you're a consumer. So just like a bank has loans and rates their shopping, you don't have to go with the first one that gives you the loan. You can take that and leverage it to shop it around for a better price on the financing of that loan. And then get expert advice. Go to your bank, go to the SBA, and have a conversation about financing the financial options that'll work best for your business. And on that, I know we're coming close on time, and I know that was a bigger piece of the presentation. Are there any questions out there that anyone has, or anything that we haven't touched on that you have any questions that we can answer in these next 5 minutes as we go towards the end of the presentation?
Someone wanted to know if you could list specific softwares that you were touching on earlier for bookkeeping.
I know QuickBooks is one of the main ones out there. I use QuickBooks. I use it because it has a mobile interface, so it's easy for me to manage my invoicing and manage some of the statements that I have while I'm on the go, so I don't always have to be in front of a computer. I know that's one. There are others. I do recommend searching out and looking at see what works best for you. Good question though. Any other questions out there? Well, if there's not any questions, I will go down to my last slide. Sorry about that. Not any questions, I'll go to my last slide. Sorry for the quick run through. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan backed by action becomes reality. I want to thank you all for your time today. I want to congratulate you all again on going through the process of starting your business. I know it can be kind of a hectic at this time in life, but don't give up. You had this idea for a reason. It's a great idea to have. And congratulations. And thank you again. And thank you, Ms. Brooks and the St. Louis County Library for having me. And it's back to you, Ms. Brooks.
Lester, thank you so much. The presentation was very thorough, informative, and also ornate. So we really appreciate, all the effort that you put in and being here to share with our patrons. Tyler, thank you. And we are so grateful for the partnership with the Women's Business Center. St. Louis County Library has many resources and services to assist with starting and managing a small business. I put in information regarding the library card that you can complete the form, and we can mail a library card to you. Also, in the chat, we are going to put in a link for you to complete. We would love to hear your feedback to help us better serve you. By completing the link today, the form, you will be entered into a drawing for a chance to win a $15 Amazon gift card. So once again, thank you so much for joining this program and for your participation in our Small Business and Nonprofit Expo. Have a great afternoon, everybody.